Hello and welcome to my Elder Kiln fighting guide. This is the quest, not the fight kiln guide, so keep that in mind. Don't think I'm showing you something I'm not trying to. And yeah, it's not too hard of a quest, but these are all the bosses. There is quite a bit of fighting throughout it, so good luck, and I hope my guide helps you a bit. Okay, so this is the first boss fight. So this one's really not that difficult. Basically, anything that attacks the gals or jowls, or I don't know how to pronounce it, that are in the middle, just attack that. Whatever it is, just attack it. Usually goes pretty quickly. I found melee was pretty much the best method just to deal with this. And by the way, that's a lent divine from a real life friend, and really thank him for that. Um, nice big cup of. He's been in video in the past for me, but anyway, um, yeah, and basically it's not that hard. And I would say don't attack anything unless it's attacking the gals or jowls or whatever. Just because basically you end up taking extra damage. And I found Ganodermic just worked great for this entire quest. It's not that expensive. It is kind of costly to repair, I admit, but at the end of the day, it's extremely high defense and very worthwhile. And I also overloaded here. That's not so necessary. But yeah, just anything that attacks the jowls, just attack it. As soon as you attack it, it like instantly comes off of the jowls and starts attacking you. So it's not really a big deal. And really, yeah, this is just basically just going through. As you see, I'm praying range mainly because I'm wearing Ganodermic, which has pretty much no range defense. Um, yeah, just keep attacking stuff. Most of this stuff attacks with melee, pretty much, except a few of the unique things. And then just watch the hit points in the upper left-hand corner. And yeah, really, that's about it. You know, the typical fail boat of Jagex operated things where they're wearing a Fury rather than an Arcane Stream while maging. I don't really get it. You know, if you're wearing full Virtus, shouldn't you be wearing an Arcane Stream? Fine, maybe that's just me. I don't know. But seriously, get an Arcane Stream. But yeah, just attack it. There's that little thing in the middle. You can actually kind of use that to safe spot a bit. Um, it's not necessary though, to be honest. It really isn't. And yeah, once again, it's really just not a hard fight. Um, I equipped my Divine here just mainly to use it a little bit and stuff like that. And yeah, as soon as stuff starts attacking, just attack it. And this fight's almost done, as you can tell. There's one champion that comes in at the end, and I'll just start talking about it now. Basically, just pray melee. It's a really easy champion. I think all it does is attack with melee. So if you pray melee, you're completely fine. And with all of these, just bring enough. As you can see, I was using brews and restores. Later in the quest, I start running really low on restores. In fact, I run out of restores at one point. Fortunately, I still finished the quest with it, but yeah, you might want to just keep that in mind. And here comes the champion. And I was reading through all this, which is why it did take a while. Total quest length was like an hour for me or something. And yeah, that was with a little talking to my friend. And also in the middle, there's a system update. Like when I was almost done with the fight, the final fight, which I'll show you in a minute. And yeah, that kind of screwed me up. I'm not gonna lie, because basically it meant yeah. And so then that one Jowl dies or gal dies, and so you have to basically protect the other one. They're rather intent on killing the gals around here, or jowls. I really don't know which one it is, but then it starts attacking you, and so yeah, just switch to pray melee. And I brewed up here just in case, like it could hit through. And that's another thing throughout this quest. A lot of the monsters can hit through prayer. They don't destroy, like hit straight through, but like it's heavily reduced. And there it also said that it drained my prayer. It didn't seem to do this very heavily, so it's not really a big deal. And yeah, so it wasn't bad. This next part really isn't a fight, it's just going through like kind of the tunnels, which have a series of miniature fights. For the most part, just pray mage. You do need to bring a pickaxe for this part. Ruin or dragon. I just brought a ruin. It wasn't a big deal. And yeah, just kind of go through, um, just try to do it fairly quickly, and it wasn't bad really. You have to search the skeleton here, get a journal, and in there it has a note. I didn't really bother reading the journal, and there's a puzzle up here. It's not really a hard puzzle, but basically it's just adding and subtracting numbers. Um, my answers were 13 for the west and 15 for the east, I believe. And I'm just looking over it here. It's kind of like a almost Roman numeral type system. And we're talking to this guy and stuff, and learns really quickly, which is kind of cool. Um, and yeah, this part really isn't difficult. Just go through it. As I said, pray mage. There are some like 360s here that do hit kind of hard, so I maged those. But yeah, it's not bad. And I think you do end up meleeing a bit. I found like the Dill's actually the hardest, just because you had to pickaxe, and then they were hitting kind of hard. But it's not too bad at the same time. Just don't die. Bring a lot of brews and restores. At every single point throughout this fight, you get to, like, after you finish killing everything in a room, it's a checkpoint. So basically, you can like leave, go get more supplies, and come back. So that makes it really easy for lower level players. I actually did it without banking at all. Um, Even though I had that system update in the middle that really almost owned me, just because it basically meant I wasted a ton of supplies. Um, so yeah, but yeah, it shouldn't be that bad for you, I don't think. For most people, it's very similar to just like the fight case. I just say pray mage. That's my only piece of real advice. Just pray mage, and you should be okay. And if you have them, boost and stuff like that. But pray mage should do enough. And this is the final fight, so you just go in, and you do some stuff and stuff like that. Now it is a 7-wave battle, so you do have to be ready for it. Now I'm wearing Ganodermic, so I just pretty much pray range for the majority of it, since obviously Ganodermic has insane defense bonuses for mage and melee, but not for range. So that's why I'm praying range for a lot of this. I would highly recommend, after you finish that last room, going and stocking up, because it really would suck to basically get through this entire thing and then just like be on wave 6 or something, and then just have to redo it all because you ran out of prayer. That was the primary limiting factor for me. Now I did soul split flash quite a bit, as you can tell, but so if you don't have soul split, you might want to bring more food. You cannot bring a familiar here. You already have a follower, being the Jawl or whatever, Gaul, whatever it is, and so you can't bring another familiar. As you might be able to see, I had a unicorn pouch in my inventory, so basically, I can't replace that. And yeah, and in general, just go about doing it. I did mage the 360s just because I wanted to keep my distance, and I'm planning on maging the new Kiln. I'm gonna see if it's like the boss and stuff like that. Um, See how that is. Hopefully, it's not too bad. Yeah, it'll be bad. Don't worry. But yeah, in general, um, just do what you can, and it really shouldn't be too bad. Honestly, it shouldn't. They all do hit. I think they all hit through prayer, actually. Um, as I said before, but it's like if they would have hit like an 1100 or 110, not 1100. If you hit 1100, you're screwed. But like 110, then it ends up hitting an 11 instead. It is what the kind of impression I was getting from what they were hitting. Now the majors do seem to hit with mage and melee, so you might want to keep your distance against them because they do deal quite a bit of damage. I didn't, just because it wasn't too bad, especially with Ganodermic. Obviously Ganodermic just kind of beats a lot of other armors. And then there's some heavy meleeers and stuff like that. And really, it's not a difficult fight. It's only 7 waves, and I would really recommend doing this soon, simply because if you do it later, it's going to basically yeah, you're gonna lose the XP double XP boost first and stuff like that. So I just recommend getting it done now. What else can I tell you? It, I just recommend doing your best. As you can see, I had a ton of gear with me though. I had the journal, I had the claws, I had the infinity boots. You don't need all of that really. You could go with easily a lot less gear, be okay. I did get close to death a few times, and remember, I only came in with like 3 brews and a few restores, or maybe more brews, but it that was just because, as I've mentioned a few times already, basically I was on wave 6 and there was a system update, and so I was like, well, great. Now I have to go and redo it. I was hoping, but I didn't quite get it done. And we are approaching the end here. As you can see, it really isn't that hard. There are these like level 180 type things. If you've done the fight caves, you'll know like it gives you a lot of experience in just kind of what these things kind of do. Some of them heal. I think this one was the one that healed. I want to say that's right. This is the final wave. So yeah, and just especially if you have a spec and use it, you can mage. It really does work. And then by the way, in the final part, you can either run out of the caves or you can fight the creatures that show up. I just ran out, so that's why I'm not going to show that part. And there, that's it. Done. Well, thanks for watching. I do hope it helped. I hope you have good luck on the quest. And I'm going to go do the fight kiln pretty much right now. So hopefully I do well. I am using my friend's divine, so hopefully that helps a lot. Supposedly it is very difficult, so hopefully, Um, but yeah, I do hope it helped. I hope you can get through the quest. I didn't think it was too hard. It's only a master quest, so it's not like it's impossible. And then hopefully sometime this week I'll be able to get out a guide on the fight kiln. Thursday, a new achievement diary. And on um, Sunday, I'm going to be gone this weekend, but hopefully late Sunday afternoon I'll get out a Slayer diary. So hope you look forward to all of that. And please rate and comment on this video.